Hello, it's CJ again from MHI, and I'm here to talk to you today about a common service we perform in NetSuite Analytics Warehouse. If you've never heard of an NSAW, it's NetSuite's all-in-one business intelligence solution that combines Oracle's Analytics Cloud and the Autonomous Data Warehouse for the highest level of reporting from NetSuite. What you're looking at today is my hotel analysis demo. I'm using a connection to Oracle's Opera to achieve this demo, but this solution works for any property management software. While your Opera has reporting capabilities, my business is run through NetSuite, and I want to join the operational data from Opera with the financial data out of NetSuite. And the NetSuite data is highlighted anywhere that you can see the word revenue or monetary figures. So normally when I'm giving this demo, it's for data analysts or C-suite executives, and this specific dashboard is tailor-made for them. So imagine yourself going in either daily, monthly, something like that to check on the overall health of your organization, as well as to see if there's any trends that you could pick up on that need action. So to start, we have my overview panel. And it has some generic KPIs, number of check-ins, revenue per, and that's average revenue, occupancy rate. And all of these are broken out by time. If you noticed that it's frozen to 2019, I do that for my demo purposes. And I can modify this view though, either by selecting the filters up top so I can change for properties. I could hone in though on date ranges, as well as I could pick points in time. So in this one, I'm picking April real quickly because I wanted to demonstrate that before it was showing months within the year, and now I'm doing days within the month. So I'm able to kind of compare and contrast in a bunch of different ways, simply by a couple clicks of the button. So that's though the overview. If I want a deeper dive, then I go into the next dashboard. So the check-in trends is great to kind of show me how busy I am throughout the year. So starting actually with the bottom visualization. So I have the number of guests by check-in day. So I can just easily see my peaks and valleys throughout the year. So that way I can kind of see when I've been busy, when I've been slow. Hopefully those trends will lead me to decisions going onward into the future. And then a very interesting one is the one up top, number of check-ins by check-in day versus the number of nights. And so what that basically is showing me is that people that are checking in on Monday, how long is their stay likely to be? So I can see that on Monday, most people's stay is only 2 nights. That's the biggest demographic that I have here. And that's versus though Friday, where a big chunk are either 3 nights or 2 nights. And that makes sense because obviously, if you're coming in on Friday, you're probably going to stay the weekends, either Sunday or Monday. So really interesting stuff. It allows me to kind of prep to see when operationally I need to adjust for peaks as well as, if I'm going to be slow, we can maybe do some other operational changes within that time frame. So a lot of different insights that I can use with this. But we're going to now move on to guest demographics. Now, guest demographics I really like because not only is this showing me some overview of my guests, but it's also showing me the way that they're spending money and providing me revenue. So just looking at first these two dashboards because they play a similar role, I can see that I'm getting a decent amount of business out of China. Now, for me, though, just knowing the data, this would actually indicate something potentially wrong for me. Because while I'm seeing that China is a lot or is doing a lot of business for me, one thing that I would expect is that I would have a lot of business from the United States. And the reason I said that is because I have a property in the United States within Miami. So why is it that the United States isn't providing me a lot of value here? So if I'm again an analyst or the C-suite exec, that would be something that I'd want to action upon and maybe do a deeper dive as to why I'm not getting more business out of the United States. Now, over here on the left with this other dashboard, which is revenue by age group based on the room category, just a quick hit to point out to you all is the luxury suites. You can see that it is more of a offering that the older demographics are picking up on. So if, again, being some level of a manager, analyst, C-suite exec, I may be wanting to do a more targeted upsell approach to those specific demographics, just knowing that statistically speaking, they're more likely to purchase than the younger ones. So just some really cool KPIs that are really kind of why these types of tools are so necessary within today's world of business. Just these types of insights you can only get from having your data aggregated into one warehouse and as well as having these reports that, give you insights that you couldn't traditionally get. So my last dashboard here is on occupancy, and it's a pretty simple one. You have my properties lined out. Each one is its own bar, and then it has the occupancy rates displayed right there in the middle of them. And then now the color indicates, though, the revenue that's being produced. So Prague, being my least occupied, is also producing my least amount of revenue. Makes perfect sense. But one of the insights that I'm seeing here, though, is that even though Miami is almost occupied year round, it doesn't have the same revenue production as, say, Hong Kong, Paris, or Shanghai, which are obviously less occupied. So again, I know I already harped on the United States and the Miami property, but there is something there again that if I am either a manager or something like that, I need to probably go and investigate and see what is going on there. So the last thing I want to wrap up for with this is I want to show off a tool. So I'm hitting the edit button. It's going to load. So I'm clicking on the Auto Insights. So this tool is from Oracle, and basically it's an AI function that scans the data set for you that you're using for your report, and it suggests visualizations that it thinks would be helpful based on what the data is. And as you can see, as I scroll down, it continues to suggest me even more visualizations. So it's really nifty if you don't want to stare at a blank canvas, you kind of want somewhere as a jumping off point. And while Insights is great, actually, the other thing that I'm super excited for is the fact that NetSuite has announced that we're getting Oracle's AI Assistant, which is the natural language AI tool that will allow you to kind of type in what type of report you want to see and hit enter, and it'll produce that. So making business intelligence out of NSAW even more cutting edge. So I'm really excited to see that. So. All right. Well, if this though interests you and you want more details, definitely reach out to your local MHI rep. All right. Thank you. Bye.